Hey loves, I hope all is well. I'm going to be pulling some cards for a pick a crystal for this beautiful full moon in Sagittarius. So June is just an energy of receiving and possibilities. So it's about aligning with those infinite possibilities and allowing them. So if you'd like some more information regarding, what's happening in June energetically, check out our blog at 808co.ca and it'll give you all the information. I'll put the link in the expansion and you can just check it out and it just gives you a heads up as to how to work best with the energies and, really truly allow the ebb and flow and, put yourself in that receiving. Okay. All right, my love. So let's jump into it. Are you feeling the Pedialyte, carnelian, or amethyst? So we're going to start with our Lepidolites. So if Lepidolite was the one that was speaking to you, then this message will be for you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I'm going to start with surrender cards because, again, surrender, everyone's always talking about surrendering. Basically, surrendering is releasing resistance to bliss and joy and happiness, releasing resistance to aligning with your intrinsic self and not allowing things to hold you back or hold space in your vibration where, you're trying to clear energy for the things that your heart desires to truly come forward. So also full moons again are very much about clearing and expansion and shining light on the things that are not in service to you and things that are holding space or things that have been in the shadows. So it's very important to allow the moon to kind of show you so that you can work with the energy and really align with the fruition of what you want to bring into your life, so to speak. Okay, so surrender to divine timing. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. So they're also saying with this one, it's like divine timing is so vital because you want things when you are truly ready. And even though we may feel ready for certain things, our divine team, our soul self, our source self knows better. Our source self knows that, yes, you are now ready and it is going to be, better than you could have ever imagined type of thing. So there's asking to, be in that ebb and flow and really do trust because what's yours is already yours. And we're just clearing the way for it to manifest in the physical reality and allow it to bring forward in the physical reality because it's already there for you. It's already with you. But divine timing is very important because you don't want something before you are intrinsically ready for it because then, you're always going to be thinking that maybe there was something better or maybe I should so please allow that divine timing to really guide you and really try. As soon as you trust in it and surrender to divine timing and surrender your resistance to divine timing, things will start unfolding. Surrender the habit of people pleasing. Speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. Again, people pleasing is a trauma response. So, people that don't like confrontation or, don't want to rock the boat or don't really want to speak your mind because you don't want to hurt someone's feelings or whatever. Your authentic truth always comes from your heart. Your authentic truth always comes from your highest self. So when you are speaking your authentic truth and have healthy boundaries, that is putting you in that vibration of love. So within yourself that what you say, is it coming from a place of annoyance or frustration or anger or spite or whatever? If it's coming from those places where you're just trying to get your point across and you're just annoyed at a situation or, it triggers you in some way, then that's not your authentic truth. Your authentic truth always comes from a place of love and there's no attachment there. There's no emotional baggage there. So make sure that you're taking that time to, stand in your truth and stand in your power because the people pleasing, you're not doing yourself any good by not having those healthy boundaries and speaking your authentic truth. They're really asking you to step into that full power of I'm allowed to feel what I'm allowed to feel and everyone else is allowed to feel what they feel. So I'm going to choose me and do what's best for me in the most unconditional and loving way. And, you know, for those who understand it, wonderful. For those who don't, that's okay too. Surrender to passion. Get out of your own head. Feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. So your sacral chakra is where your passion center is, and then your solar plex chakra is your creativity. So those two chakras are very important in allowing you to live your life in passion and enjoy. What brings you that passion? What feeds that flame within you that's already there? They're asking you to tap it. Like whatever brings you that feeling of joy, do that. Whether it's, you know, something simple like taking a walk or going swimming or you know, talking to a friend, whatever. But those things that bring that passion into your life and that joy into your life is really important, because it's going to help you to expand that energy of passion and creativity and really allow yourself to start, you know, truly living in your fullness. Surrender your addictions. So this is very much not just about, you know, the physical addictions that some people have, you know, whether it's smoking or drinking or whatever. It's about surrendering your addictions to people. It's about surrendering your addictions to certain emotions, about surrendering your addictions to, you know, habitual things. Like we get into the habit of certain types of thoughts and ways of behaving and thinking and seeing and stuff like that. So it's just a complete surrender of anything that you have an addictive behavior to that is not in service to you, that is not in your highest and greatest good. And also, of course, to things, you know, physical things that, whether it's alcohol, drink, whatever, like also surrendering those, because you don't want that toxicity in your physical body either. Surrender to the beauty of the natural world. Take a relaxing break and spend some time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy there. So this is grounding and, you know, reconnecting with your highest self, reconnecting with nature, reconnecting with blessed Gaia, and allowing yourself to be in that place of, again, that kind of reflects on the pleasure, like that place of joy and that place of oneness, and like really tapping into that peace and that harmony. Okay. All right, my loves. Now, let's see. So these are all crystal cards. Hematite. And crozite. Selenite. Silverface. Lapis. Piscicola. Okay. Oh, jeez. That one just popped right out. And azurite. So they're coming through with a very, like, this is all about you. This is all about what is serving you, what is good for you, what is not serving you, what needs to be released, like clearing the way, because it's like you're getting in your own way through the thinking mind, you're getting in your own head, and it's like bringing about this place of doubt or sense of lack where you're not allowing what is yours to come forward because of, you know, just old programming. And, you know, when you're in that place of thinking that, it's almost like you're thinking that, yeah, I've done all my work and I feel really good and I know I'm worthy and deserving, blah, blah, blah. But your soul self is like, hold on, like there's some more stuff there that needs to be cleared. And like just getting real with yourself and really truly digging in, because as soon as you allow yourself that full clearing, as soon as you allow yourself that full presence of self and presence of, you know, your worth, and releasing all resistance to what is already yours, it's really gonna expedite it. It just feels like as soon as that like, you know, you shake a bottle of champagne and you pop the cork, right? That's what's going to happen. As soon as that cork is popped, and that is you releasing resistance, that is you really truly tapping into your source self, to your place of non-judgment, your place of pure unconditional love, your place of wholeness and fullness, then pow, like things are going to really come forward. But they're just asking you to take that time to be present with you. be in the stillness, be in that, like, allow especially with this moon, allow those shadows to show you where more healing needs to be done or more releasing needs to be done, and really stepping out of your own way in order for these new beginnings to happen. And it feels like a lot of heart-centered stuff. So like old heartaches, it's almost like old issues of, like, whether it's family or relationships or like any type of relationship, but it's like clearing that old stagnant energy of, yes, taking responsibility for yourself in the fact that, okay, this relationship taught me this, and I contributed that. And it's being authentic in who you are, being authentic in the fact that, okay, I contributed to this, or but it's through that forgiveness and through that self-love that it's going to help to clear this. So that's like, you had I don't know, an argument with your family, and you're like, well, I didn't say this, or I didn't mean it when I, like, it's about getting that clarity, like almost a sense of not taking responsibility for how others receive you, but also validating their feelings and validating their emotions in a response to what you've said. So you're not taking responsibility for how they feel, but you're taking responsibility for how you've said something that may have caused them harm or sadness or whatever. So it's just about, that communication and that getting that clarity to say, you know what, I am sorry that what I said caused you, sadness or hurt you or whatever. But my meaning was not for that. My meaning was, blah, 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 blah. So, but they're asking you to, really gain clarity in these situations so that you can release them and you can heal them, and you can, like, dig into those seeds of triggers and like lack and even with old relationships, like going in and where do I allow this old relationship to hold me hostage, or where do I allow this old energy to still kind of take up space, so to speak. So they're just asking you to, do that deeper clearing. And this full moon is a perfect time to do that, to say, you know what, I'm going to feel this. I'm going to see the bigger picture and the bigger truth. And we have to also realize it's like any relationship we are in, we are participants. So if we allow someone to treat us poorly, or we allow negative energy or toxicity or whatever, we choose to allow it. And that's not an easy concept for us, because it's like, well, I didn't choose for this person to do this or this. No, but it's about that choice of allowance. I allowed them to treat me this way, or I allowed them to speak to me to, like, all of that kind of stuff. But it's giving yourself that forgiveness, because we do the best we can according to who we are in each moment. And everything literally happens for a reason. So that empowerment for you to take that power back, to say, okay, so, I forgive myself for staying longer than I should have, or I forgive myself for participating in, the fuckery of that relationship, so on and so forth. They're just asking you to, take that responsibility for yourself and be like, no, I no longer allow this past energy, so to speak, take up space in my current vibration. We lovingly have to really, like, when we lovingly release things, that's what creates the space. That's what allows us to move forward, because it's not through animosity or, fuck them, I'm just letting it go. No, it's like, I've truly healed from this, and I am grateful for the experience, because, some people it's just like, I survived that, and you should be proud of yourself, or I learned this, or like those kinds of things. So lovingly releasing the attachments, it's really going to help you to clear that space, because your worth and your value are incredibly beautiful and infinite. So it's knowing that, I'm an infinite part of this universe. I am in a place of wealth and abundance and joy, and I allow myself to be in the receiving energy. Sorry, that chewing sound is my bunny. Allowing yourself to be in that place of receiving, allowing yourself to be in that place of healing, in order to free yourself from things that are not serving you, and the things that are kind of taking up space in your vibration that just are no longer necessary, and loving yourself more than the attachments to other things that are just not in alignment with who you are and who you are becoming. So there's asking you to really allow the new beginnings and free yourself through your deepest healing, free yourself through taking responsibility for you. And it's almost like gaining this clarity of, okay, this situation sucked, or this whatever, but I allow myself to be free of this and release, the things that have held me hostage, so to speak, whether it's emotions, whether it's people, whether it's place, whatever, but allowing yourself to be free, allowing yourself to do that deeper healing and forgiving yourself and others, and remembering, we do the best we can according to who we are in every moment. So they're saying to take the time to, clearing the clutter, clearing, and that's body, mind, and soul. That's clearing your thoughts. That's clearing old energy. That's clearing your space. That's clearing, like, the more you work with that and the more you allow that, the more that is going to come forward, that is beneficial and serving and healing and fresh and new and all of these things. So get out of your way, guys, and really allow yourself to be in that receiving energy by clearing. It's like we have this garbage bag full of crap and we just keep trying to stuff more stuff in it, and now it's overflowing. So taking out the garbage and starting a new one, and saying, okay, so this was not a serving or an empowering vibration. This was not a serving or empowering thought, or so on and so on and so on. And allowing yourself to do this clearing is really going to help you, because divine timing is like, hey, we're ready when you are. And the more you validate your feelings, validate your emotions, validate your participation in whatever the situation, it's really going to help the clearing. It's really going to help to create the space for the beautiful things. But, you have to choose to allow yourself. I choose to allow this clearing. I choose to surrender to my full healing. I choose to allow myself to create space for all of the beautiful blessings. But it's like, you have to make that choice. You have to decide whether or not you're going to stay, in that same energy by not reflecting and doing that deep healing and taking responsibility and all of that, or you're going to move forward and allow the beautiful new beginnings to come forward and your heart's desires to really come forward. So it's a lot of heart-centered stuff. It's a lot of heart clearing. It's a lot of stagnant energy and old scars that need to be healed and released. Okay. All right. And okay. So discernment. You're developing the skills to distinguish love from fear and truth from illusion. So again, we're clearing the fearful 3D mindset through that unconditional self-love and that unconditional love of all. And that's like, we lovingly are releasing things that, everybody has a different perspective. So we see one situation in, say there's 5 people involved, and everybody has it from their own perspective. So it's about the illusion of your perspective is the only one, or your perspective is right or wrong. There is no right or wrong. There's just, honestly, just perspective. So it's about validating that, okay, I hurt someone unintentionally, and, saying, I'm sorry. My intention was never to cause you harm, and I apologize for that. That's not saying that you're right or wrong. That's just saying that, this person took it in a certain way. That was not your intention, blah, 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 blah. So it's allowing yourself to move away from that 3D fear-based mentality and really step into your power of, being your highest vibration and coming from that highest perspective. Responsibility. You are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. Again, it's taking responsibility for your thoughts, your actions, all of it, and taking responsibility for whatever part you play in whatever situation you've experienced in life. And, that's loving, through that loving vibration, through that place of love, where it's like, okay, so this situation sucked, and, I hurt somebody, or somebody hurt me, or anything like that, and just really working through that and taking responsibility for yourself and nothing else. Like, I'm not responsible for how someone else feels, or I'm not responsible for, the actions of other people, so on and so forth. And choosing that place of self-love, choosing that place of expansion, and really being in that place of your divine power is really going to help you to move forward. Loyalty. Your reliability demonstrates your loving sense of devotion and consistency of being. So this is you being loyal to you. You being loyal to your authentic truth, your intrinsic self, and really allowing the energy to support you, because it's like, I know I'm worth this deep healing. I know I'm worth giving myself time to, take responsibility, giving myself time to process, giving myself time to feel, deal, heal, so that I can release. So it's like the loyalty to yourself and the loyalty to, let's say, the collective vibration, because your healing helps others, right? By you being at your best and you taking responsibility for whatever situation, that's that loyalty in a sense of, I release this, because I do see myself and I do take responsibility for myself. So doing this through love and doing this from that sense of loyalty to your highest purpose, your loyalty to your highest vibration, that's going to help bring in more of the same energy of that trust and that love and that consistency of that vibration. Individuality. You leave your unique stamp of love on everything you do. And again, this is very much about you standing in your own power, you standing in your own vibration, and being and aligning with your highest vibration. And that has to come through the muck, so to speak. So that anytime they show me the lotus, that's like, you're coming out of the darkness into the light and healing through all of the darkness and healing through all of the struggle, because I'm sure it's not easy to get out of the mud, so to speak. So it's like lovingly releasing, lovingly being yourself, and lovingly accepting who you are unconditionally. Elevation. You are making the conscious decision to raise your vibration of love. This is all about your healing, guys. So, elevate above the fear-based mentality, elevate above the 3D, elevate yourself above the shit that doesn't matter, the things that hold you back, the negative mindsets, the negative attachments, the things that are not in service and feeding your joy and feeding your bliss, the things that are disempowering, whether it's actions, thoughts, feelings, emotions, people, places, whatever. It's about elevating yourself above that so that you are truly in the higher perspective and allowing yourself to really truly move forward. Okay, my loves, I hope that resonated. And now we're going to move on to our next pile. Okay. So, thank you. And now we're moving on to our beautiful carnelian. Okay, once again, we'll be starting with our surrenders, because the full moon is all about letting shit go. Letting things from the shadows be seen so that we can create space for the manifesting that, that we all wanted. All right. If we don't create space, then, we don't have the space to live the life that our heart truly desires, because we're holding on to things that aren't, serving us, so to speak. Okay. All right. So what do you have for you, my lovely carnelians? Surrender to non-action. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. So this is in that stillness, guys. Like, it takes time to be in that stillness and allow yourself to be with your own thoughts, be with your own emotions without trying to distract yourself with other things, whether it's, people, places, or things. Like, you distract yourself with work, you distract yourself with things that are not allowing you to be in your own power and in your own energy. So just be still, because it's going to give you the answers you need and help you to quiet the mind, because the overthinking mind, the ego mind, is very busy right now. So they're just asking you to, use your tools, like whether it's breathing exercises, whether it's meditation, whether it's being in nature, whatever feels good to you, in that sense of you just being in your own energy. Turn off your phone, step away from everybody for a minute, whether it's an hour, whether it's a day, whatever you need to be in that stillness to allow yourself to work with your team. Call on your team, your spirit team, and allow them to work with you for divine guidance, divine intervention, divine healing, divine love, all of that wonderful energy, okay? Surrender your need to always be right. Give others the gift of letting them be right by yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. So they're saying this isn't about right or wrong. This is about allowing others to have the perspective that they have without judgment. So you taking that time to say, okay, we can agree to disagree. And it doesn't mean I hate you. Doesn't mean it just, there's still love there. It's just, and it's okay to disagree, because through other people's perspectives, we learn, whether it's something we agree with or not. So they're just asking you to stay open and not come from judgment of, well, that's not right because I look at it this way. Because we can all look at the exact same thing, but we are understanding it and perceiving it from our own life experiences. So they're asking you to just step back and be okay with, someone not agreeing with you, or be okay with someone not being in the same vibrational view as you, and not taking it personal in a sense of, they don't agree with you, and that's okay. Like, don't take that personal. That's a reflection of how they are perceiving a situation. And we're all allowed to do that. We are all allowed to perceive things, from our own perspectives. So just, kind of step away and not feel like you have to convince somebody to see things the way you see it, and allow them to come to their own decisions on their own. You can be a guide and say, well, I see it this way because A, B, and C, and then release it. Don't have an attachment to how they receive it or the outcome. Just, be loving about it and allow it to be what it is, and don't feel like you have to be in conflict with someone because you guys don't see in the same, you don't see, things in the same way. Surrender to setting limits. It is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs, and remember that no is a complete sentence. So healthy boundaries are a really big vibration with this reading. It's about you taking that time to, and your healthy boundaries, they're saying, are coming from a place of self-love and unconditional self-love in your inner source. It's not, if you're setting these boundaries and it's coming from a place of annoyance or anger or unhealedness within you, your ego, your shadow, like those 3D aspects of self, that's not healthy boundaries. That's just you putting up walls. So if you say, okay, I don't know, like I don't like this person, so I don't want to be around this person. That's not a healthy boundary. That's a boundary that is a wall, because you're not dealing with the healing aspects of what needs to be done as far as releasing that. So it's like, and I'm not talking someone that's, violent and volatile and can cause you physical harm, like that kind of stuff. I'm talking about, like, you had an argument with someone and they didn't agree with you, or they were having a bad day and were being assholes, like whatever. But it's about the healthy boundaries are, listen, I know that you were having a bad day that when we had that argument, but I'm setting my healthy boundary that if you are in a negative mindset, please don't bring that around me. Like, those are healthy boundaries. Those are settings, say, like, don't bring your shit to me. Like, if you're having a great day, by all means. And not that you have to be best friends with everybody or whatever, but your healing can come from such a deep place within you for forgiveness of self and others. And that allows you to create space, right? So it allows you to release. So they're asking you to, set those healthy boundaries, but make sure that they are healthy and not coming from a 3D unhealed place. Surrender defensiveness. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out. Then offer a clear, non-defensive response. Again, this comes from your healed place. This comes from your higher elevation, and not the 3D ego, the 3D shadow, or the 3D inner child, or the 3D aspects of self where, we hold anger and animosity and all that bullshit that we don't need, that is not healthy for us. So taking nothing personal in life is not easy. So they're saying to kind of try to align with that place of, what? And again, back to the beginning where, not taking anything in a sense of not taking anything personally. So it's like, not allowing the fact that somebody doesn't agree with you to trigger you. You know, if something triggers you, that's a guidance tool for you to go within yourself and ask yourself, why did I allow this to trigger me in this way? Like, you know, and working through that within yourself. Defensiveness is because we have a wall up about something. So, you know, like someone says, oh, the sky is bright pink, and you're like, no, the sky's freaking blue, and not getting mad because that person doesn't see it your way. So it's like defensiveness causes walls and causes blockages. So there's asking you to be open and seeing things from the bigger perspective, and that understanding that everybody has the right to see things through how they've experienced life and see things through their own perspective without judgment. Surrender to what is. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accept it as it is, and this will bring you peace. So again, this is, you know, it is what it is. Like things are as they are. And honestly, life just is. Like we exist because we exist. So taking this time to ebb and flow with life, taking this time to ebb and flow every day, and not allowing yourself to be attached to an outcome or allow old attachments to infiltrate, you know, where you are today. And, you know, really working through things, really allowing yourself to work through the deepest parts of yourself, and really dig into that healing. Because once you surrender to what is, it's like, okay, so I choose joy over misery. I choose happiness over anger. I choose, like, and allowing yourself to just say, okay, well, that's a situation I don't have to engage in. You know, like letting go of drama and stuff like that. Like I surrender to my bliss and what is best for me, and in joy and in happiness and in my deepest healing, and allowing that ebb and flow. Surrender obsessive overthinking. I'm sure we are all guilty of this at some points in our lives. If you're obsessing about a person or situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem. This is very like ego mind. Like our 3D mind is very, our 3D ego is very defensive and like gets stuck on things. Like there's no fluidity with our 3D mind. The 3D ego, it's very, you know, 3D ego has an attachment to what you've already experienced in life rather than allowing new things to unfold. So getting out of the monkey mind, as I like to call it, and allowing things to unfold in a different way, and not obsessing over certain things. And you know, you have the power over your mind. You have control over yourself. So you know, you get a negative thought and you're obsessed about something, and that's when you just stop and you take a breath and say no. You know, you still validate your feelings, you still validate your emotions, but then you lovingly release them and say, no, this is no longer my truth, or this is no longer serving me. So I lovingly release this and I let it go. And, you know, allowing yourself to move forward, allowing yourself to move beyond the monkey mind, move beyond the 3D ego mind is empowerment to say that, no, this is not a thought that is supportive, or this is not a thought that is empowering, you know. So I release the disempowerment of this energy and yada yada yada, and like having those kinds of mental talks and mental wellness checks are really going to help you to release what you no longer need. All right, my loves, let's see. What else does Spirit have to say for you today? Yeah. Oops, sorry. Oh, geez Louise. Okay. Okay. So. Wow. There's a lot coming forward for you. There's once you're able to let shit go, so to speak, get out of your own way. You know, detoxing your life is very much about body, mind, and spirit. So detoxing unhealthy and disempowering thoughts and energies, like what these cards were just saying, what the surrender cards were just talking about, like letting go of the things that are not supportive and serving and empowering, and really allowing that deepest healing to happen. And you getting out of your own way is really going to open up a world of fruition for you. So it's like, you know, what is most important to you? Your overall well-being is most important to you. Your heart's desires are most important to you. And allowing those things to be, and allowing those things to come forward, allowing those things to be welcomed in your life, you know, and making time for yourself to say, you know what, I'm taking today just to chill and just to, you know, be in my own vibe. I'm taking time to, you know, I don't know, having a salt bath, or going for a walk in nature, or going, you know, to the gym and listening to great music, like whatever feels good to you, and allowing yourself to be present, allowing yourself to move through stagnancy. They're just showing me like moving through this very dense energy so that you can step into the field. So you're going through this really thick, you know, forest, and you're like so close, and then you step out into this beautiful, you know, meadow that's all clear and amazing. So allow yourself to be there. Allow yourself to get out of the shit that isn't serving you, and have that, like, focus on what is good for you. Focus on the joy, focus on the bliss. And putting yourself in that vibration, like, you know, I'm choosing bliss. I'm choosing happiness. I am choosing, like, when you wake up in the morning, today is a beautiful day. Before you go to bed, tomorrow is a beautiful day. You're already manifesting that. So it's like being extra loving to yourself while you're going through this healing process, while you're letting things go, while you're creating space, and while you're expanding is really important. So it's like you're getting a lot of downloads as well, in your dreams, and like a lot of information, a lot of wisdom. So they're just saying, like, when you wake up and you're feeling kind of, you know, tired, and like, what the hell was that dream about? Like, it's almost like you're in these dreams and it's you, but you know that you're playing a part in this. It's not who you are in this reality, so to speak. It's like you're it's almost like you're seeing yourself in a different, like, you're the director. So you're in the film, but it's not this vibration of you, it's a different vibration of you. So you have it's almost like this familiarity with the character of this dream. You feel like this is you, but not who you are right now, if that makes sense. They're just saying, like, they're coming through with this information, and it's like you're gaining wisdom from different aspects of yourself, and in different vibrational aspects. So they're just asking you to, you know, kind of pay attention to what's important in the dream. And if you're not sure, then you ask your spirit team to say, you know, hey, spirit team, please show me what is important for me to remember with this dream, with this sleep experience. And it's really going to help you to gain more clarity and gain more guidance, I guess you could say. But they're just asking, you know, and make sure you're refilling your cup. You know, make sure you're refilling so that you have that abundance of love and self-love and presence to give, because it's really going to help you to stay in that more, like, high vibrational energy, which is, like, you know, out of the 3D where the misery and where the sadness and where the ick lives. They're just saying, like, you know, step into the high vibrational energy, and that's going to be your guidance system, and like your inner GPS, which is your intuition and such. Trust. You have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have faith in your intuition. So you have to trust the process. Trust that everything's unfolding exactly as it's meant to. You're exactly where you need to be. And trust in yourself, trust in your spirit team, and trust in that inner source and that inner GPS. It's like the more you trust within yourself, because if you trust that there's a higher power, that there's a you know, this beautiful spirit team that is your guidance and is part of you, like, this is all an extension of you. So if you trust in that, you have to trust in yourself as well, because you are an extension of source. You are an extension of your divine spirit team. Like, so building that trust and allowing that trust to guide you is really going to help you. Self-love. You realize that love of self is necessary to love another. So again, how you love yourself is how someone else will show you love. So, I don't believe that, oh, you have to love yourself before anyone will love you. No, but people will love you on the vibrational level that you are on yourself. So as much as we say we love ourselves, what we attract is, a shadow of us to say, oh, I needed to do this deeper healing, or I need, every relationship shows us something. So it's about seeing from a higher perspective and loving yourself unconditionally, truly coming home to that place of self-love and wholeness is what's going to attract the love, your soul family love, those people that truly love you for who you are, and truly where you can be your authentic self no matter what. And you don't have to dim yourself down or put yourself in a place of, I'm not going to, talk about this because they won't understand it or whatever. The self-love and you coming home and doing this deep healing and you allowing yourself to get out of your own way is what's bringing forward the soul family energy. And that is coming through, that self-love. Because remember, I can only love you to the capacity that I understand love. And we understand love through how we love ourselves. Unity. You understand that the love the love shared with another is amplified and has a ripple effect across the universe. So this is not only unified with soul family, but unified with yourself. You step into this place of wholeness and of unity consciousness where the love that you are vibrates out. And that's the vibration that you attract to you. So we are magnetic beings. So the deeper you delve into yourself and the deeper you delve into the unconditional love, you expand that unity consciousness for all, and you expand that place of where you are accepting, the love that you truly deserve, which is unconditional source love, without attachment, without judgment, and just being present in that sense of, I am worthy of the love of the universe, and I allow myself to receive the love of the universe because I love myself unconditionally. And, you've moved through all of this stagnant energy. So they're saying step into this power of self-love, true unconditional self-love, and really dig into that inner source that you are intrinsically. Okay. All right, my loves. Now for our amethysts. Okay, we're going to start with these surrender cards. And again, the full moon is all about being the shadows coming to light. So think whatever you need to surrender, release, remove, whatever, in order to receive is being shown to us. So whether it's emotions, whether it's people, whether it's places, whether it's things, whatever. It's, everybody wants to manifest with the full moon, but we need to have space. We need to have created space for that manifestation to happen, right? Oh, there's two there. And that's it. Okay. All right, surrender the drama. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. So some people have attachment to drama. They see something, oh my gosh, what so-and-so did, or oh my gosh, and they're always talking about other people. They're always talking about everything outside of themselves. And that's not a good vibration to have in your vibration. So, when you have conversations, they need to be of depth, of what's going on in your life kind of thing. And obviously, other people are involved in our lives. So, but drama is an attachment. So it's about releasing that attachment to drama, releasing that vibration of drama where it's I don't care that so-and-so is, doing this or that and the other. It's about taking that time to detach from the attachment to drama, whether it's yourself or others, because drama just brings in ick energy and it's not healthy and it's not serving and it's not beneficial. So there's asking you to kind of step away from that, release it, and, stand in your power to say what, I don't want to talk about this. This doesn't interest me. This has no bearing on my life. So let's talk about something else. Surrender resentments. Holding on to resentments only poison you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward toward positive situations in your life. This is so important. They're just saying this is holding on to animosity, holding on to resentments, holding on to ick energy keeps you sick, right? Like when we hold blame for things that happened in the past, like, you know, our ego mind, our 3D ego mind, is very attached to things that we've already experienced. So when we're triggered by something, it usually starts this kind of snowball effect, right? So you have to stop the momentum of those thoughts and of those feelings to say, you know what, that's not where I am right now. So what happened to us, you know, a week ago, 10 years ago, 30 years ago, did not happen to who you are right now. And who you are right now is all that matters. They're asking you to clear, like, and give forgiveness to self and others in order to really expand and really move beyond the energy of resentment, the energy of bitterness, the energy of animosity, so on and so forth. Because when you're able to, and when you allow yourself to release these kinds of energies, you allow yourself to heal. You allow yourself to step up into that higher vibration. You allow yourself more clarity so that, you know, you've created space for the good things. You've created space because remember, we're magnetic beings. So, you know, what we feel, we attract. So releasing things that are not what you want to take forward is very important. So there's asking you to, you know, let shit go basically and get into that deeper healing, get into that freedom of being free from attachments of resentments and so on and so forth. Surrender to passion. Get out of your head and feel free, and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. So moving away from drama, resentments and stuff like that, tapping back into that passion, tapping back into that place of empowerment and joy and happiness, and getting out of your head, getting out of your monkey mind, getting out of your ego mind is going to help you to do that. It's going to help you to remember, you know, the passion of something, whether it's, you know, oh my gosh, I remember when I used to love doing this, or oh my gosh, I know that I love going swimming, I love walking in the forest and all those kinds of things. So doing more of those things that you love are going to help to clear that old vibration, because it's like you have that 17 seconds when you have a negative mindset to flip the switch and say, you know, so you wake up and you have a negative thought right away. You have 17 seconds to say, nope, I release that thought lovingly. It is not my vibration today. I choose love. I choose bliss. I choose harmony, whatever. But like, be in that vibrational power to know that I have power over this and I choose better for myself. Surrender the habit of people pleasing. Speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. So people pleasing is very much a habit we get into. So it's very much a trauma response. And, you know, it comes from a place of not wanting to deal with conflict or not being able to speak your truth and use your voice, you know, throughout your lifetime, so to speak. So it's asking you to move away from this energy, to know that you need to put you first in the most beautiful and positive way, in the most high vibrational way. You need to choose you first. So rather than accommodating everybody else or putting anyone else's needs or wants or desires before your own, you need to ask yourself, am I doing this because I want to, or am I doing this because I feel obligated or it's expected or whatever? So they're really asking you to step away from the people-pleasing energy. And, you know, that has a lot to do with other things like, they're saying like the trauma response according to, you know, not rocking the boat, like, you know, not being heard and not being respected and valued as far as, you know, what you have to say or what you bring to the table. So historically, they're saying like it's time to release that energy and surrender it, because it's not who you are now. And you choosing you and you being at your best and you refueling your tank, that's empowerment. That is loving yourself over the attachment of people pleasing, over the attachment of drama, over the attachment of resentments. So the more you step into this place of power where I need to put me first and I need to step back from, you know, whatever a situation, person, place, or thing is, in order to know that I am worthy of feeling better than this. I am worthy of being heard. I am worthy, like all of those kinds of things are going to help you to feel more empowered and really step away from this old habitual energy and attachment. Surrender to divine timing. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough, according to your ego, be be patient, and trust the universal flow. So divine timing is the most beneficial thing with our healing journey and with our expansion, because think about the fact that, you know, if you would have received something that you wanted, you know, a year ago, 5 years ago, would it have been as productive and beneficial to you being who you were then, right? So who you are now, that's what matters. So the more you're allowing yourself to do this deeper healing and create space for all these beautiful things to come forward, create space by releasing all of the shit that you don't need, releasing all of the things that we were talking about, is really going to help that divine timing to come into a place of now, into a place of existence in this physical place. So the more you invest in yourself, the more you're choosing you over the attachments to the shit that you don't need, the more divine timing will unfold in a really beautiful and substantial way, they're saying. So get out of your own way and allow things to unfold, and trust in divine timing that, you know, what is meant for you is already yours, and it's going to come in the perfect time for you, where it is going to be of the most benefit and the most beautiful. Okay. All right, mellows, let's see. They kind of all want to come out. Oh, yep. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, we're right back to the overcoming. So taking that time to let shit go, guys. It's so important. Like moving away from that place of stagnancy, moving away from that place of disempowerment, and really stepping into your full power, and prioritizing the things that are important to you, and prioritizing your forgiveness, your healing, and all of that are really important, because it's about deep transformation and moving away from that sense of lack, moving away from that sense of, you know, poverty mindset, and really stepping into that empowered energy of worthiness and deserving. And it's like finding that balance, or saying, with body, mind, and spirit, and prioritizing those things. So, you know, you're a type of person that, you know, eats healthy and takes care of their physical self and is mindful of what they put in their body, but yet you allow your thoughts to get carried away, and they are not serving you, and they are not healthy thoughts. So they're asking you to find that balance with body, mind, and spirit in order to really take your power back in. You know, look, I'm looking after my body, so I also need to look after my mind and my emotions and everything else. So finding that balance is really important right now, and it's going to come through forgiveness. It's going to come through a place of inner calm, inner sanctuary, inner peace, and higher vibrational energy, where you are really stepping into that place of deep transformation, and not that 3D based fear, or that 3D based mentality where you have to struggle, or where you have to fight for. It's about surrendering to. I'm surrendering to my full healing. I'm surrendering to divine guidance of the universe. I'm surrendering to my joy, like those kinds of things. And like really stepping into that creative power of elevation and change and joy, and deeper understanding of what you truly want in life, and understanding that we think we know what we want, but the universe knows what we need. So it's about stepping into that mindset of overall well-being and infinite wealth, and all those beautiful things that you are worthy of, and all those beautiful things that are indeed your birthright, because you're not here to live in lack. And they're saying you're not here to live in the past. You're here to be present and live in this now, live in this place of empowerment, live in this place of healthy connections, and really like inviting your soul family kind of thing forward, and stepping into that place where love is the only thing that matters, like that unconditional self-love, where, you know what, when you're stepping away from say, relationships that are not healthy. You know it's coming from a loving place within you to say, you know what, this relationship doesn't have balance. You know, it's like that person that, I don't know, that comes to you for advice all the time, and it's always about the same thing, the same thing, the same thing. So it's this unhealthy pattern that you've both gotten into, and they're looking to you, and you become their crutch rather than a support, because you're the teacher giving them the answers rather than guiding them to their own answers, where that's their empowerment, is learning themselves and doing their own work, right? So there's asking you to feel strength in that place of, I'm choosing me over, you know, the things that have become unhealthy habits or toxic attachments and stuff like that. Friendliness. You're about to recognize traits in common with another in order to forge love-based connections. Again, this is your soul family. So the more you're allowing things to be removed and released from your vibration that are not, you know, positive and beneficial and high vibrational and based in love, the more you're allowing your soul family to come forward. And this is those true connections of, you know, you guys don't even need to speak, and you can understand what, like, you know, just by a look, you know, what someone is thinking and stuff like that, where you can have deep conversations without feeling like you can't, you know, speak your truth, right? Or like you can't, you know, just say whatever you're feeling, and out of fear of being, you know, misunderstood or judged or anything like that. You're stepping into this place as soon as you allow this clearing to happen. Acceptance. You are ready to release control of situations or people and lovingly embrace the rhythm of life. Exactly. So you are stepping into this place by doing this clearing where you only accept what is of benefit to you. You only accept what is in service to your highest and your greatest good, and in service to that unconditional self-love, and that, you know, that source vibration, that higher vibration that is based in love, and no longer allowing yourself to be distracted by other energies that are not, you know, serving or doing their work, and other energies that are not bringing, you know, something positive to the table, so to speak, right? You know what you bring to the table. So now it's time to make sure that everybody is eating at your table is bringing something beneficial and nurturing and healthy and nutritious. Ownership. You acknowledge your misdeeds and accomplishments alike and learn to love them all as lessons. So this is, again, taking responsibility for yourself in where are you contributing to unhealthy situations, or where have you become kind of codependent? Where have you become, you know, comfortable, but in that unhealthy and toxic comfort? And it's like, you know, the devil you know energy. So there, it's like taking ownership of where are you contributing to your own fuckery in life, basically. Where are you contributing to, you know, the allowance of things that are not in service to you, whether it's people, places, or things, your thoughts, your emotions, whatever. Where are you giving your power? Because remember, where energy goes, or sorry, where thoughts go, energy flows. So it's very important for you to take ownership of yourself so that you are in control of your thoughts and your emotions, and, you know, you're being mindful and you're being self-aware, because that's where your power is. Integrity. You demonstrate the truth and honesty of your soul and manifest love with your every action. So you being who you are intrinsically is coming through that place of integrity, is coming through that place of, you know, I am only here to be of service to me. And through that, I exuberate love. And you attract that same vibration in return. So you're not judgmental of other people. You're not saying, well, yeah, you're an asshole and I don't want you in my life because, you know, I don't like what you do, or I don't agree with your whatever. It's about you saying to yourself that I am a person of integrity. I don't judge other people, because judgment is a weakness. And, you know, when we judge other people, there's no service there. So if you don't agree with what someone's doing, it's about you taking the steps for yourself to say, you know what, okay, so we're just not vibing, and I'm going to step back from this energy because it doesn't have a feel good energy for me. So, and that's not being critical or judgmental or, you know, cruel. That's just you taking that self-love energy and just stepping back and saying, you know what, I lovingly release this situation. I lovingly release this person, place, or thing, and taking the time to, you know, be in that place of you, being in that place of, I need to choose me over my attachment to that person, or I need to choose me over, the codependency of that relationship. I need to choose me over the toxic habit of whatever. Like, and that's you standing in your integrity, because we're not here to be judgmental of other people. We're not here to be critical of other people, or to say you're right and or I'm right and you're wrong. It has nothing to do with that. It's like, this is my perspective and this is how I choose to live my life. So people will vibe out of our lives when we make certain choices, and being okay with that through the place of self-love and empowerment is you just choosing love over judgment, or love over all of the other stuff we were talking about, like the drama, resentments, and all that kind of stuff, and lovingly ebbing and flowing with what is actually for you and what is in service to you. Okay. All right, my loves, I hope those resonated, and I hope you have an amazing and beautiful day and enjoy this full moon energy. And again, please check out our blog at 808co.ca. It's filled with information, and it'll give you a good understanding of what's to come for the month of June. June is filled with opportunities, love, and wonderful things. So, allow yourself to work with it and surrender to these beautiful things. And I hope that you are living your most beautiful life and that all your dreams come true. Stay blessed.